Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to walk through how to register your organization in the City of Detroit's Bonfire procurement portal. This process is free, simple, and only takes a few minutes. So first, we're going to start on the City of Detroit's procurement portal. That's detroit.bonfirehub.com. You'll see in the top right, there's a register button. First, we're going to add our organization name. This will be our business name. Then we will add our first name, our last name, and then our email. And our email again. Then we'll click Create Account. And here we'll see success. You'll receive an email with further instructions. So we'll go to our email. We'll see that we got an email from Bonfire to complete our registration. We're going to click Complete your registration. And here we'll add a password. We'll make sure the passwords match. There we go. Now here we're prompted with the option to join or create your company account. If somebody else from your organization has already registered, you may be able to find them by clicking the email domain matches. Today we're just going to walk through as if we're the first person from the company. So we're going to click Create My Company at the bottom, and this will take us to finish up registration. First, we're going to add a business description. Um, You may want to be a bit more descriptive than I am here. We'll add a phone number. We'll add the number of employees at our company, our role at the organization. Some of these are already populated, but we're going to see and add an address here. We'll add our country, our state, the city. Now we have the option to get a pro license, but everything we need here is going to be in the free tier, so we'll select that. Here we can add the sales territory. Bonfire is a e-bidding platform that various organizations can use. And so this is a method to see what other cities, municipalities use Bonfire. So we're just going to add Michigan, and then we'll click Save and Next. But you're welcome to add, other states and countries as well. Everything we need is just right here, though. Here we have the opportunity to add commodity codes. This is how we can get invited to opportunities. And so we can just select Since we sell books, we're going to search for that, and then you'll see the suggested ones at the bottom. You can add an IGP, and then we can select the commodity codes that are relevant to the work that we do. Then we'll go to dashboard. So that was all the global bonfire registration. This then takes us to finish up in Detroit's portal. Um, Most of this stuff is auto-populated, but we do have to accept the privacy policy. We have the opportunity to add codes that are only specifically offered in that area for the city of Detroit. But we at Brendan's Books offer the same, we want to do the same business everywhere. So we can, after this is pretty much complete. So we're just going to go back to the portal. And we're going to click that in the top right. And now we are logged in the Detroit portal. Once you're on this portal, you can click the technical support here. This will take us to answer questions or ask questions. You can add the project name or reference number and the description of what technical question you have. You also can use the vendor knowledge base to explore job aids and explanations of things that are out there. So here we can see all the opportunities available to us. There's open public opportunities. These are actively open. You're able to work on and submit a response. We have past public opportunities. These we can go in and look at the details of things that have closed in the past, get some insight on what sort of work is being done and has been done. And then my opportunities are projects that we've specifically been invited to. So if you're invited via email for a bid, you'll get the email notification, but you also can go in here and see that. And you'll be able to click view the opportunity and look at the information there. Lastly, we're going to walk through the process to add additional users to our vendor record. So if you click in the top right, the drop down and go to settings, these are our City of Detroit settings. But we're going to go to the global vendor record and click manage my organization. Adding additional users is at the global bonfire level. So you can go to my team. A side note is you can go in and edit any of your business information here. You can add commodity codes, you can change any business information, etc. Right now, we're just going to add another user to our team. So if you can type in their email address, their first name, last name, and then you can add roles. By default, additional users will have the ability to work on project submissions, but you also can assign these other roles to them too. Basically, these are allowing them to edit your vendor information, invite other users as well, etc. So I'm just going to fill this out. And we'll just give this person all roles. That'll send them an invitation. They'll get an email asking them to finish setting up their account. Another method that we can use when adding another person is to allow domain matching and organization discoverability. Domain matching uses the email domain. For us, it's detroitmi.gov. For a lot of organizations, you'll have your specific organization name as the domain match. And so what this does is when the other user are trying to register, they can search for their organization using that. So they already typed in their email. Bonfire is going to look through and see if anybody has that domain, and then they can just select the organization from the drop down there.
Another slightly similar method is organization discoverability. This uses the organization, the vendor name that you put in, and allows them to find the existing record using that. These don't work every time. If you just use a gmail.com domain, there's going to be a lot of Gmails. And organization discoverability, it requires you to, type in the exact name. The search is pretty good, but we still just recommend the first person, the administrator, to add people using the aforementioned steps above. You can just type in their email and name and send them an email that'll invite them. And what this allows is for multiple people to be working on a project response. You can't work at the same time, but one person can go in, work on that submission, it automatically saves, and then they can leave and the next person can go in. All right, that's pretty much it for today. Thank you for your time. Please refer to the description of this video for the support and links that I mentioned, and take care.